My husband looked me in the eyes and said, I don't even know who you are anymore. All because I accepted one friend request from the roommate he trusted me with in college. Now he's asking if our entire marriage was built on a lie. And the worst part? I can't even say no with a straight face. My husband looked me in the eyes and said, I don't even know who you are anymore. All because I accepted one friend request from the roommate he trusted me with in college. Now he's asking if our entire marriage was built on a lie. And the worst part? I can't even say no with a straight face. I'm Becky, 35, and I've been with my husband Josh since we were 21. College sweethearts. That whole cute story everyone loves hearing at dinner parties. But there's this whole other side nobody knows about. Well, Josh knows now. God, the look on his face when I finally told him. Back in college, Josh was the super sweet, kind of shy guy. Not exactly Mr. Popular, but exactly what I thought I wanted. Stable, reliable, treated me like a princess. He was literally the second guy I ever dated. And yeah, we lost our virginities to each other. I used to think that was so special. And Josh definitely did. He'd always get this proud little smile whenever it came up around friends, like we had this pure thing nobody else had. He was studying engineering, always buried in textbooks, while I was doing communications. We'd meet between classes, study together in the library, do all those cutesy couple things that make everyone else roll their eyes. Everything changed senior year when Josh moved in with Lamar. Talk about opposites. Lamar was everything Josh wasn't. In this super popular fraternity, filthy rich parents who paid for everything, threw the best parties. Everyone wanted to be around him, girls especially. There were always rumors about how he was, really well equipped. I pretended I wasn't interested in all that gossip, acted like I was above it. Josh loved that about me, how I wasn't like other girls falling over Lamar. He'd tell his friends, Becky's different. She sees through guys like Lamar, and I'd smile and nod, playing the role of the mature girlfriend. Truth is, I was curious, like really curious. Every time some girl at a party would whisper about hooking up with Lamar, I'd act disgusted, but secretly hang on every word. Was it really that impressive? Was he really that good? I started finding excuses to stop by their dorm when I knew Josh had that long chemistry lab on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Started wearing cuter outfits those days too, but told myself it was just because I had more time to get ready those mornings. Just dropping off Josh's textbook or just needed to borrow his notes. Whatever would sound normal. Lamar always answered the door with this knowing smile that made my stomach flip. He'd invite me in, and I'd sit there pretending I was just waiting for Josh while we talked. He flirted constantly, and I pretended to be annoyed but loved every second of attention from this guy all the other girls wanted. Sometimes he'd accidentally sit too close on the couch or find reasons to touch my arm when making a point. I never moved away. I told myself I was just being friendly with my boyfriend's roommate. Normal stuff, right? Except normal doesn't include the way my heart raced whenever he'd accidentally brush against me, or how I started dressing cuter on days I knew Josh wouldn't be there. I wasn't planning anything bad, I swear. It just felt nice to have someone like Lamar interested in boring old me. To feel desired by someone so different from Josh, someone exciting. The first time anything happened, I convinced myself it was a mistake. Lamar had been drinking, said something about how Josh didn't deserve a girl like me, and next thing I know, we're kissing. I pushed him away and left, but I couldn't stop thinking about it. That night with Josh, I felt so guilty, but also excited, like I had this secret thrill running through me. I should have stopped visiting when Josh wasn't around after that, but I didn't. Josh never suspected a thing. Sweet, trusting Josh, who thought I was just being nice to his roommate. Instead, I started showing up more. I'd text Josh from the library saying I was studying late, then head straight to his dorm knowing Lamar would be there alone. We'd talk for hours, and he'd tell me all these wild stories about his hookups, his family's vacation homes, all this stuff that was so different from my basic life with Joshua. It made me feel special that someone like him wanted me around. Sometimes he'd play music I'd never heard before, introduce me to fancy drinks his parents shipped him, show me a whole different world. I kept telling myself nothing serious was happening, just talking, just flirting. Josh never had to know because it didn't mean anything. But I knew exactly what I was doing every time I knocked on that door when Josh wasn't home. I just didn't want to admit it to myself. I'd check my makeup in my compact mirror right before knocking. Who was I kidding? Looking back now, I see how I was setting everything up, putting myself in these situations where something could happen, and then acting surprised when it did. I wasn't some innocent victim here. But that's not how I saw it then. I saw myself as this good girlfriend who just happened to be in over her head with this irresistible guy who kept pursuing me. Way easier than admitting I was actively seeking him out, right? What's really messed up is how I compartmentalized everything. With Josh, I was this perfect, loyal girlfriend. With Lamar, I was this whole other person, flirty, adventurous, willing to take risks. I guess part of me liked having that secret side Josh never saw. Makes me wonder if I ever really let Josh know me at all. The first time it happened for real was about a month after the kissing. I showed up wearing this cute little outfit, knowing Josh wouldn't be back for hours. Lamar answered the door in just basketball shorts, no shirt, like he'd been working out. I still remember how dry my mouth got. We were sitting on his bed watching some stupid movie when he just straight up asked if I'd ever seen what everyone was talking about, just like that. I played dumb at first, but we both knew exactly what he meant. I told myself I was just gonna look. Seriously, that's what I said in my head. I'll just see if the rumors are true, and that's it. But one thing led to another, and before I knew it, I was doing something I had barely even done with Josh. The rush was insane. Not just because of, well, the obvious, but because it was forbidden, because it was Lamar, because I knew I shouldn't, because it felt like I was living some alternate universe version of my life for just a little while. Afterward, I swore it would never happen again. I cried in the shower that night, feeling like the worst girlfriend ever. Josh texted me about how much he loved me while I was literally washing away evidence. I typed back, "I love you too," and meant it, which is the most twisted part. I really did love Joshua, still do. That's what makes this whole thing so confusing. It wasn't about not loving Josh enough. It was about wanting something else alongside that love. Something exciting, dangerous, different. But then Tuesday came around again, and there I was, knocking on their door. It became almost routine. Josh's lab days turned into my secret time with Lamar. Sometimes we just talked and hung out, which almost made it worse, like we were actually dating or something, but usually it ended the same way. I got weirdly good at switching between the two of them. I'd have lunch with Josh, all innocent and sweet, then be with Lamar hours later, then meet Josh for dinner like nothing happened. Sometimes Josh would talk about Lamar, about something funny he said or did, and I'd nod and smile like I didn't have these secret moments with him. I never let Lamar do anything beyond oral stuff. That was my line. In my messed up logic, that meant I wasn't really cheating. Cheating. Ridiculous, right? But that's how I justified it. We never had actual sex became my mental get-out-of-jail-free card, like that would make Josh hurt any less if he found out. And honestly, I think Lamar liked that arrangement too. No strings, no real relationship responsibilities, just fun when Josh wasn't around. We never talked about feelings or futures, it was just physical. Just this secret little world we created twice a week while Josh was in lab. The weirdest part? I started getting almost resentful of Josh, like it was somehow his fault that I was sneaking around. I'd think things like, if he were more exciting like Lamar, I wouldn't need this. So backwards. I was creating this whole narrative where I was unsatisfied, when really Josh was exactly who I signed up for. I was just greedy, wanting both the stable, loving guy and the thrill of someone forbidden. Sometimes I'd get irritated with Josh for being so predictable, so steady,